In this video, I'm using a Patricia Rose Pearl Press Mold Mermaid, and here I already pressed it into the mold and I already posed it, and now I'm just like smoothing out the areas and modifying it. So this video is going to show like that I'm going to be using clay to do the hair. I'm not using mohair for this one. I'm just going to sculpt in the hair, and it's going to be painted with Gemini heat set paints, and I'm actually going to cut the wire loop at the top, so I'm not going to keep it as like an ornament. This one's going to be just like a statue that you could put like in your house or whatever. And so here I wanted to modify. I like the size of this one, so it was about like 6 inches or so without the tail, and I just wanted to make it more into like an adult mermaid, so I'm just like modifying the body a little bit. The face I had to modify slightly. My mold has an imperfection in the face. Again, these were handmade molds, so you know that's to be expected. And you know, if you're modifying it anyway, if you're adding your own touch anyway, it's okay. I like using these molds to get just like the basic frame of the figure down, and then I could modify the details as I want. So here, I think this was before I actually baked it for the first time too. I'm just like modifying the body a little bit to make her older, and for the hands I'm actually doing fins instead of fingers, because fingers very challenge me. So I don't want to spend too much time on each piece, because ultimately I'm putting them for sale in my shop, so I don't want to spend like, oh, I did 2 weeks on this figure and you know I charge like $50 for it. Like I want to kind of have the balance to be work more efficient and also put out nice pieces. So that's definitely something I want to work on in the coming year. Like spend less time per piece, but do them nicer. So, okay. And then, after I baked it, then I had this sanding box I got off of Temu. This one has the 2 holes in the front, and that's actually way more comfortable for me working the way I position my hands when I'm sanding. The only problem is that this is made out of very fine, thin acrylic or plastic, so it's very flimsy and wobbly. So I tried buying other ones, see like maybe they're more sturdy, but no luck so far. So here I'm doing the clay hair. I'm using ProSculpt, and I'm going to be painting in the end. So I was never really one to use like different colored clay. I felt when I did do that, like it would just blend into areas I didn't want, and then I would have had to paint it anyway. So so here I'm doing like fatter hair strands, and at first I was putting some wires to put for support, but then I took them away and I'm just using the clay. So I put thicker strands, and then I go back in and I try and add more strands with detailing. I kept that wire there, but I feel like it's more in the way and I probably should have just removed it. But I guess I will have like one hair stand sticking up a little bit. So here I just go back and forth, trying to add in more grooves of the hair, more hair strands, and then before baking I smooth it over with the Sculpting dilutant. Okay, so here's just another angle. I'm still smoothing. Yeah, that sticking out hair piece I'm not too sure about, but it's there right now still. But yeah, okay, so now I'm moving forward into the painting. So she's all baked, And the hair strand, I actually changed it to what it was looked like earlier. So I start with the skin tone, and I try and like darken in the crevices, the grooves, and I said in my other videos, but I do tend to favor like stronger highlights, so the dark areas are more darker and the light areas more lighter and such. And I just work my way through. So I actually use thinner first to kind of, I paint the area with thinner so that the paint has something to glide against, because the paint's a little bit more on the stiffer side. And then I just I apply it with a brush, and then maybe I'll take another brush to maybe blend the area in, like a cleaner brush. And I'm gonna paint the full area before baking. So for these, I try and bake around like the 260, 265 for about like 10 to 15 minutes, something like that. I wasn't sure if I baked for the proper time, but it looks like I did, because as you'll see coming up in a few minutes or so, that I actually had to sand an area that I just wasn't happy with, and the paint stayed. It did not chip off, it did not rub off on my hands or anything while I was sanding, wet sanding. It stayed put. So this paint is really great for that. I feel like I still prefer to use water mixable oils, but for projects where I kind of want to be like, okay, let's get done with this and move on to the next thing, it is nice to know I could just bake it and the paint is dry. Where the oils, you know, they have to like cure a little bit longer, could be days, weeks, months. And I don't like to use mediums that much when I'm painting, so I don't want to use like the fast dry medium, which would obviously make it dry faster, the oils. Okay, so here, so this video is about like 16 minutes, but actual working time I think was maybe like 5 to 7 hours. I'm doing a bunch of these videos at once, and then I'm commentating on them. So this one I think was about like 5 hours or so that I cut down to about like 16 minutes. So here I just wasn't happy with the hands. Like I thought like the rest of the figure looked really nice, and then the hand fins. So on the other mermaid I did, it looked okay, but this one was not good. So I started shaving off the area, and I'm gonna be sanding, and I want to try like, I don't want your eyes to go to the fins. So I actually sanded, and some of the front part of the fingers broke off, and I don't want to do too much new sculpting at this stage, because I mean it's like half painted at this point. So I'm using Magic Smooth, and I am going to glue the half of the top part of the fingers that fell off or broke off when I was sanding. And so here I'm using very little Magic Smooth, and it's a very good adhesive, and I mix it together. You want to like try and change your gloves frequently, because you don't want to get like the sticky part. It's very sticky, very sticky. So which is great because it's great as an adhesive, but not great if you don't want to get it on other areas. So here I'm just I used it to put like kind of like the glue to kind of mend the other half of the front part of the fingers that fell off, and I'm smoothing it with a toothpick. And again, the Magic Smooth is fine to bake in the oven at temperatures that are good enough for polymer clay. So here then I'm sanding. I'm really rushing at this point, so I didn't take out the sanding box because it's not going to fit over my desk area. My desk is very messy, as you can see. Then I also added in some of the Aves epoxy. That's what I have on hand. I'm actually like a Magic Sculpt girl, but I didn't have any more, and this was more readily available, so I figured, okay, why not? But after my current supply of this runs out, I will go back to Magic Smooth if I need it. So here I wasn't sure if I was going to do fins or not, so here I'm painting as if I am going to do the fingers, and in the end it just, obviously they're not good, they're not like good, so I tried to do a little bit of the fingers, and then I added the blue of the fin to kind of like, okay, it's still like a fin, kind of has a little bit of the finger going on, but it's not quite supposed to be of like a human hand, because that would just take too much effort at this point. And the paint of the areas of the Gemini paint that was already painted, they stayed on. It was great. So this brand of paint's very good, and the settings that I'm using to bake it, and it's staying on, so that's good. So yeah, so I did put a little bit effort into trying to paint the fingers. I didn't want to like give up at this point, but then in the end I did scratch the hand look, and I went for the fin look. And I said in another video, but like I feel like as artists, as modelers, sculptors, whatever, we want everything to be perfect. If it's not 100% perfect, then it's a failure, kind of. So, which honestly is not really a good way to look at things. The best project is the completed project. So what if you don't achieve perfection? You could achieve perfection on the next project. But I still have some projects of mine that were just never finished, and when I look at them from years past, and I'm like, I should have just finished it. I should have just finished them. So this year I'm going to try and work on some models and figures that like I half did and then just never finished. So here I'm working on the fin. So there I added some thinner. I like to just paint for right now. I'm still maybe this is like the 4th or 5th thing I'm doing with these Gemini heat set paints. And I used to use Genesis paints like a while ago, but it's been years, like 20 years. So I'm still getting used to working with them, and I feel like they're stiff, so I do add the thinner so that they glide better. And it's kind of like it's more translucent, which is kind of nice too. So here I'm just painting the blue of the fin and the body and the tail. And I don't want to get any blue paint on the skin or the hair, because those parts are done at this point. So and I tend to work lighter to darker, because if I work darker, then if I put darker paint in an area that's supposed to be lighter, it's harder to coverage, where like if the lighter area is there, and then maybe I could just wipe away the darker paint. But generally it's like those problems are avoided if I just paint neater and I don't have to go back and forth. But that's just how I do it. Alright, so now at this point I'm like, forget the hand look, and I just add on the blue to kind of like make your eye go away from it, in the sense like I don't want you to focus on that the fingers are not as great as they could be. And so it just kind of has like the mystical look to it. And then for the end, I wasn't sure if I was gonna put like some sort of like shell bra on her or not, but I did in the end. And originally I wanted to do like maybe a removable, but it was just gonna take too long, so those are permanently on there. And here's how she looks all finished.